I am sure you all read the title of this video. Pretty self-explanatory, so let's jump right into it. How were the IVs? Not too bad. I mean, they're not my favourite thing. No, they actually weren't too bad. I think, can I still see it? I think I had, I don't know, like 4 in this arm and then another 4 or 5 in this arm. I had quite a lot because they couldn't get my pain under control, and I think they also swapped which arm they used the second time. I don't know. When I woke up the second time I was attached with both arms, and so I was like a walking IV machine. But yeah, they weren't too bad. The only one that really hurt was when they started to put antibiotics straight into my hand. It made my hand swell up, but that went down. How long after surgery will it take someone to pick up heavy things, such as school books? And how long do you think it might take to be able to handle a backpack? Really depends how fast you get your strength back. I didn't really have to pick up school books, but I think for a while with going back to school you're just going to have to get someone to help you, or just leave your textbooks at school. But I'd say a few months before you can actually start putting a backpack on. Obviously start with light things in that backpack. Don't go straight to like 6 wow, I can't talk today. 6 textbooks in one backpack. Do you have any pain, and how are you doing since you had your spinal fusion? I'm doing really well. I do only have pain pretty much in this weird spot which I have mentioned in a lot of my previous videos. That is still a bit of a bummer. I didn't have that pain before surgery, but now it's a thing. However, my actual back is really good, and yeah, I'm really happy with the pain that has gone from my actual back. How long until you could do exercise? Example, sit-ups, crunches, and go running. Well, you know, I still don't do sit-ups or crunches. I didn't really do them before surgery, so it wasn't as if it was something that I really wanted to do after surgery. But I can't really bend enough to do a sit-up. I know some people who have only fused to L2 can do sit-ups, but I just do different exercises that still work out my abs just as much or more. Before the surgery, did you have limited movement? I mean the shoulders, because of the pressure in the joints of the curve. As in like moving my shoulders? No. But with twisting, I could twist heaps on one side and then not on the other, and it was the same with bending. Side to side. What do you think has changed most in your life since you had surgery, other than having a straight spine? What has been the best thing about your surgery? The thing that has changed most in my life is probably my self-confidence. I had very low confidence in the way that I looked because I was very like compressed, and therefore I looked bigger, and also I had a massive rib hump on my back. So now I'm elongated and I don't have a massive rib hump anymore, and yeah, that's just given me a lot more confidence in myself and in what I wear. So I think that would probably be the best thing. Excuse me? That has probably been the best thing since surgery. Oh, and also like the whole pain out of my back. That's a great thing too. What happened to your ribs after surgery? My ribs sometimes hurt my lungs, and I'm curious if a spinal fusion could fix this or not. I don't think my ribs have ever really hurt my lung. I'm not really sure whether a spinal fusion could fix it. Purely because I have no understanding or experience with that. But I do get sore ribs. I don't know whether that's because they were cut, but yeah. When did you start getting feeling in your back, if you ever did? To be honest, I kind of can't really recall certain time periods. It feels like this recovery has gone really quick but also very long. That's maybe a little bit confusing, but I think it would be, I don't know, maybe 6 months when I actually noticed that I had a lot more feeling in my back. Are you physically unable to turn, or do you just try not to turn? Some people's doctors and surgeons tell them they can't actually twist for a certain amount of time after surgery. I was cleared to like start doing twisting movements at about, I think it was a 5 weeks one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the 3 months. Oh gosh, I don't know. But either way, no, I can turn. I'll give you an example, I guess. But so I still have quite a bit of like twisty motion, which I'm really happy about, and I'm working on that at Pilates as well. So I don't know if that's helped me. Well, it has helped me, but like with the whole how much I can twist. While in hospital, is the pain excruciating or at least tolerable? It's really different for everyone. I know I say that a lot, but I don't want to be like, well, yeah, it's the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life and scare people. In saying that, it was a little bit both. Excruciating and tolerable. You have your like ups and downs in hospital, so sometimes the drugs obviously help and you're fine. Like it hurts, but you're fine. Sometimes, for me, it was during the night when I was trying to sleep, because I had been on my back all day, and yeah, so a couple of nights were pretty bad, and I kind of didn't think that I would get through them. But my nurse was really good, and she helped me breathe, and that helped me fall back asleep as well as just calmed me down. And I got through the night. So if you're going to go through this surgery and you think you can't do it, you will. Sorry if it's felt like I was poking your face just then. When did you start to lose the feeling of the rods in your back? I still feel them and I'm 3 months post-op. Again, can't really pinpoint a certain point of time when I stopped feeling the rods. I mean, I can still feel them a bit, as I said in my last Q&A video, but just give it time. Everyone is different, and it was probably, what, 6 months before, like maybe a little bit less. But it's like, for me, recovery, for a long time I was like, man, when am I going to start feeling like a normal person again? And then it hit a certain point in my recovery, which I can't really remember when, but after that, I was like, oh, I started to feel like a normal person again. Like, when did that happen? But it happens. Were you constantly on medication after surgery? If so, for how long? I think it was 2.5 months on some sort of medication. Before then, though, I had started to wean myself off the stronger medication, so by the end of that 2.5 months, I was just on medication for nerve pain. So yeah, you wean yourself off the really strong stuff, and then like you're on a lot, like less and less, until you just get all of it. But I actually have heard of some people being off medication in like 6 weeks. I was like, so what? Was it hard to relearn how to go up the stairs? No, not for me. I don't know. I haven't actually really heard of many people and their experience with scares. Okay. With stairs, but I actually found them pretty easy. I was relieved to get my legs doing that motion, because other than that, I had just been moving my legs normally, but you know stairs. So yeah, it was really good to actually use those muscles, because once you're in hospital for the week or the 2 weeks like me, you start to get a bit stiff in areas, and yeah, so it's really good to do them. And I mean, my physio was really impressed with how easy I got up and down stairs. Out of all the daily tasks that we have to do, which one felt most different, foreign to you after surgery? Probably sleeping and showering. Showering was definitely an experience. Just having to like bend to do your legs, or not do your legs in my case, and get your mum to do them for a while. But yeah, I think just things to do with bending, it took a bit to actually figure out another way to do them without bending that part of my back. But in saying that, it didn't take long for them just to feel normal again. When and how did you start sitting on the floor, and how did you get up without bending? I started sitting on the floor too early because I tried to sit on the floor and I couldn't get back up. And I was like, oh no, what have I done? But I eventually did figure out how to do it the way that I did it, because you know how usually you kind of just lift up like that. I instead got my knees, like my feet under my butt kind of thing, I think. Or maybe I just got my leg, like my knee up. Obviously you can't see what I just did. But yeah, kind of got up on my knees rather than using any sort of my arms or back muscles. But I wouldn't recommend getting on the floor very early in recovery if you haven't thought it through, like me. Can you twist with the spinal fusion? I think I answered that one before. Have you broken a restriction you had during recovery, and if so, what did you do / think? I don't think I've broken a restriction. The only really restriction that I have now is no contact sports and can't lift more than 10 kilos. I don't think I am physically strong enough to even lift 10 kilos, so I haven't really gone past that one. Broken that one, I mean. I think I pretty much stuck to the rules that I was given. Some people have a lot more restrictions, but I was kind of, I think because I'm a little bit older, it was more like, you know your body, you know what you're capable of, just don't do anything stupid. If it hurts, it's like, don't do it. If it doesn't, then, you know, ease into it. If you can't swallow a pill, will they give you liquid medicine? Yes they will. Can you show your scar? I will try put up a photo of that. And I think that is all the questions that I got from any of the Instagram posts. Again, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, just leave them in the comments below and I will reply. Or you can Instagram me either on a post, or actually no, don't do that because sometimes I lose it with the amount of notifications I get. So DM me, or you can tweet me, chirp. But yeah, probably Instagram DM or leave a comment below. Yeah, so give it a thumbs up if you liked this again. I can do more Q&As if you really want. But I might give it a break for the next video. Subscribe if you like my channel, because I just want to help people. And I think that's it. Okay. It's really hot today. Yep, that's my story. Okay, have a lovely day. Mwah! It's a little bit like lumpy. That's just the spine processes though, so that's not the rods. I think a lot of people think that that's the rod or that's the screw, because I did.